Hi, I'm Vicki Zambito from our communications department, and I'm here today with Sarah Forger, Vector's VP of Go-to-Market Programs. Welcome, Sarah.
Hi, Vicki. Thank you so much for having me today.
Oh, it's our pleasure. So first off, where are you talking to us from right now?
I live in Darien, Connecticut. It's a commuter town outside of New York City. So I'm about 1 hour away from our New York City office on the train.
Okay. And so what does a VP of Go-to-Market do? How do you come into this role?
That's such a good question. It definitely was not what I had on my what I want to be when I grow up in first grade because I did not know that it existed.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy that I found Go to Market. What it is helping our customer facing reps, whether they be in CX, whether they're on the sales team, helping them succeed in their day to day. And that can take a bunch of different forms. So that could be from a project perspective, right? Taking the lead on a cross-functional project that's going to help our sales team succeed or our customer team succeed. Or it could be something more tactical about how do we look at our sales enablement tech stack? How are we using Salesforce and outreach and all those different things? So it's kind of big and small tactics and projects to help the sales team and the customer success team succeed and better serve our customers.
Now, you mentioned it wasn't what you were thinking you would want to be when you were in first grade. What did you want to be when you were in first grade? Do you remember?
Yeah, so I had a phase where I wanted to be an astronomer, and then that's shifted into wanting to be president. And then I don't know how I ended up in go-to-market, but here I am.
Well, what was your very first job then, like in high school? Or did you have a job in high school or college, or what was your first job?
I did. I worked at McDonald's and I worked the Sunday. Yeah, it's a good one. I worked on the Sunday. I did opening until through the lunch rush. So there were a lot of kind of retiree tour buses that would come through. And fun fact, Sunday mornings at the McDonald's in Okemos, Michigan was time to clean the grease vat. So that was it's a once a week activity. And I will tell you, McDonald's is it's a super clean place. I cleaned it personally. It was we took everything very seriously.
What is involved in cleaning a grease vat?
Well, you drain the grease vat and then you kind of scrape all of the with a razor blade, making sure all the grease is there. You clean it and then you refill it with fresh grease for French fries.
So did it make you will you eat French fries today, or are you kind of on the French fries?
So I will eat French fries today, but when I was there, they were always you can have free food. And I was I would rather perish than eat the French fries right now. But what I did like to do, my secret snack, is I would do a half strawberry and a half chocolate milkshake was my I'm leaving snack.
That sounds good. I think my daughter would love that. So tell us about your family.
Yeah, so I my parents or my children or everybody.
Anyone.
All the people
who you love.
Okay, cool. So I love a lot of people. So my parents are kind of interesting. They're both music professors. So I grew up in a very musical household. My dad is a classical saxophonist and my mom is a piano professor. And then I have a husband and two kids, two little boys, and a very fluffy rescue dog named Trimble. So that's my family.
Do you play any musical instruments?
I did growing up. So I played violin, I played piano, and then I sang in choir as well, but not in college, but not the cool a cappella group. I sang in the formal chapel choir in Latin, and we did Mozart's Requiem, etc. So not the fun singing, but the serious singing.
Oh, but that's some of the most beautiful singing too.
Yes, it is. I bond with Adrian Very over this because he's actively in a choir right now.
Oh, really? Well, so my daughter, she's in 2 show choirs and in the chamber choir in high school. So that's why I do spend a lot of time in the audience of the choirs.
I love that. Does she do solo stuff? Does she perform in shows?
She has not gotten brave enough to audition for any of the solo parts, but she's actually a really good dancer. So, she's usually the one they're lifting up during one of the show performances. But anyway, so speaking of music, what's the last concert you went to?
So I am not really a big live music fan, which I know is not
surprising. Yeah.
I know. So my husband is huge into it. I like to go to bed really early, so that's kind of a little bit of a problem for me with concerts, but I do love musicals. And the last musical that I went to, which maybe counts, is called Water for Elephants. So it's pretty new out on Broadway. Have you read the book?
Yes.
So I never read the book, but the musical, it was so cool because they had, if you looked at the bios, it was all these folks who had been in the circus. And so they were doing on stage these like crazy circus acts, but it was just as part of the show since it took place at a circus. So that was really, it was awesome.
Yeah, that does sound amazing. Hopefully that goes into touring at some point.
Yeah, I hope so. It's new. It's funny. There are like, I don't know, 15 new Broadway shows over the past month. It's been like a huge opening of all of these new shows.
Oh, that's exciting. That's one of the perks of living near New York City.
Yes, for sure.
So this is a new question in my repertoire, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to ask you this. What is your favorite beauty product that you can't live without?
Okay, so from a beauty product perspective, dry shampoo gets an honorable mention. Okay. And I recently invested in a travel size dry shampoo, but what I would say is I have like a pre-moisturizer hydrator. That sounds crazy, but I have a very simple skin routine that I use this like pre-moisturizer and then I moisturize. And the pre-moisturizer, the way they sell it is they say, if you were to just rub lotion on a dry sponge, it would just kind of sit on top. But if you like moisturize the dry sponge, then like if you put water on the dry sponge and then you put your moisturizer on, it gets absorbed. So that's my called
dual. Can't live without it.
Exactly. I think it's like the secret sauce to my moisturizing routine.
Okay, listen up, ladies. All right. So let's now close with the blinded lightning round of this or that questions. I'm going to ask you two choices, and I haven't given these to you already, so it's kind of just off the cuff for you. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So I did know that you're a Broadway fan. So on Broadway, Hamilton or Wicked?
Hamilton.
Olympics, summer gymnastics or winter ice skating?
Oh, impossible. Ice skating.
Mountains or beach?
Mountains.
Soup or salad?
Salad.
Drama or rom-com?
Rom-com, please.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Yeah, you said that earlier. Window or aisle seat?
Window seat.
Zip line or hot air balloon?
Can I just stay on the ground? Hot air balloon. Neither.
Okay. R&B Beyonce or country Beyonce?
Oh, R&B Beyonce.
And then the last question, everyone gets this one. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
You mentioned your pup earlier. Tremble or Trimble?
Trimble. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Trimble.
Well, Sarah, thanks. This was a fun conversation. I appreciate you making the time. I hope you have a great day.
Thanks, Vicki. This has been my best meeting all day so far.